Steel flashes, and a young man with dark hair meets the attacker's dagger with a glowing sword as tension crackles through the air. Yi drove the glowing sword straight into Lei, declaring that it was pointless to keep fighting. Fiery energy swirled around Yi, as he declared he would accept all the gifts and took least points and power for himself. A wounded and desperate man kneels clutching his chest as he shouts that Yi Wu will pay and their fight is far from over. Yi, a cautious young man with dark hair, studied the items and wondered aloud why two rare drops had appeared at once, something he'd never seen before. A massive devil burst from the shadows, and a girl with animal ears called out in panic for Yi to watch out. Yi, alert and surprised, quickly turned his head as he noted someone was closing in faster than expected. He lunged forward, his glowing weapon clashing against a massive, fiery dragon-like creature, as someone explained that its rage could multiply all its attributes. He slammed his glowing sword into the dragon-like monster, remembering a textbook tip about lying down to appear more dignified if escape seemed impossible. Glowing sword strikes crashed into Yi, sending the young man with dark hair flying backward as he thought everything was about to change. He hurled an explosive fire dragon bomb at the enraged devil, warning that defeating it required care to avoid making it even more dangerous. Still crouched on scorched earth, he muttered that his quick thinking gave him a plan to handle the devil, despite its rampage. He charged forward, his fist blazing with fire, declaring that the most crucial part of his technique was about to be revealed. A glowing figure unleashed a punch straight into the red-horned creature, which howled its name in pain. Then Yi urgently shouted instructions to a confused female magic user, telling her to prepare and help calm the devil. A monstrous creature roared that its therapist's special skill could dispel the violent state, while Yi braced himself with a blazing shield against the flames. A girl with animal ears sat by the tree, explaining she could only use her comforting power once and wasn't sure it would succeed against stronger foes. Yi, a determined and strategic fighter, leaped onto the devil's gaping jaws and declared he would weaken it before attempting capture. A red, spiked monster slammed Yi backward, while a shocked woman compared its strength to elite team members and said defeating lesser monsters would now be easy for her. He deflected a blazing strike with his shield, muttering that fighting so carefully just to avoid killing the monster made everything even more exhausting. He grabbed his opponent's leg with a fierce glare, challenging whoever claimed he was some rare elite overflowing with treasures. Yi, determined and desperate, clung tightly to the wooden plank and shouted for himself to push on. A massive red dragon lunged at Yi, its voice rumbling that it wanted to see what surprises he could offer. A massive, fierce devil lunged forward, its glowing red claw slashing through the air with unstoppable force. Yi, alert and commanding, urged the focused girl to move quickly, and she agreed with determination. A hand wielded a glowing staff, and the young man with dark hair declared that true power lay in the perfect mix of beauty and wisdom. A charismatic and playful magic caster twirled her staff, announcing she would heal everyone with love and asking if things really needed to be so flashy. A red dragon unleashed a thunderous roar as he wondered if his skills were used correctly, and the confident girl assured him there was no mistake. A small red dinosaur-like creature appeared, and the girl exclaimed that it was adorable and wondered if this was the devil's body. Yi, a determined and pragmatic young man, raised his weapon to strike, but the compassionate girl wrapped her arms around the confused red creature, pleading for mercy. Yi, a sinister and confident antagonist, threatened the girl and declared he would kill her, steal her points, and claim the rare elite as his pet. The confident girl held up the small red dinosaur-like creature and insisted that points and equipment still mattered most to her. The small red dinosaur-like creature fixed its wide eyes upward and firmly commanded everyone to stare. He raised his glowing sword, warning the trembling small red dinosaur that innocence meant nothing in a world where only the strong survived. He spoke quietly about how humans and monsters both fight to avoid becoming prey, while the girl with animal ears tearfully said goodbye to. A glowing points display hovered in the air as cheered about her 2,500 points, and he quietly watched her reaction. He stared at the glowing sword-like object, and calculated that the rare elite reward gave him far more experience than the ghost eye demon spider. Yi, focused and tense, ordered the system to begin his entry into the account space. He floated among radiant cubes, requesting the system to show how he could use his surplus experience points for more than just increasing his link level. A powerful armored figure loomed as he considered using his experience points to unlock new skills or access the next account at level 20. He explained that simply unlocking accounts was reckless, insisting experience points should deepen the Emperor account, then called for the special skills panel to open. He declared the price of unlocking special skills seemed outrageous, but decided to spend 70,000 points and activated the True Eye to hunt the final boss. A confident woman grabbed Yi's shoulder and, pointing ahead, urged him to look closely while he asked what she wanted him to see. A glowing egg cracked open as Yi and a girl with animal-like ears watched, and she joked about the low odds of such a rare event. Then Yi stared at the glowing egg and blurted out that egg fried rice made no sense at all. The girl with starry eyes bounced with excitement, saying she couldn't believe such a rare egg could produce powerful pets or mounts. Yi, a confident and adventurous young man, rode the fiery armored devil under the full moon, saying it sounded even better than he expected. The girl with bunny ears squeezed Yi's hands and told him she was grateful he never gave up on her. Yi, a confident young man with dark hair, waved off the girl's protests, insisting he never wanted the egg and that she had misunderstood everything. The girl with animal-like ears sprinted away, shouting that she didn't want Yi's eggs and begged him to wait for her. Outside the lounge, a confident woman sat reviewing a holographic screen and remarked to her guards that this young man, Yi, was truly exceptional. A determined young woman with blue eyes ordered someone nearby to bring Principal to her, and the servant quickly agreed to carry out her request. A confident woman in a red dress gestured from the couch, explaining that the new monitoring system could only track low-level copies but would soon help their team's ranking. A masked man stood before the composed woman and asked why Miss Mo had summoned him. A woman in a red dress turned to the man with spiky white hair, asking Principal how many points Yi Wu had in the dungeons. A serious young woman with teal eyes warned sharply that careless talk about upgrading could cause trouble. An older man with spiky white and black hair touched his chin and explained that Yi Wu's talent had stalled since entering the college. A confident woman in regal attire reclined, questioning Yi Wu and sharing her growing curiosity about his hidden motives and impressive disguise. A shocked older man with white spiked hair stared at the glowing points table, blurting out that Yi Wu had suddenly risen to third place. A confident woman with hair rested her chin on her hand and told Principal to announce dungeon rankings and make everyone's locations public. An older man with white spiky hair warned Miss Mo that increasing the dungeon's difficulty would spark chaos and put Yi at serious risk. A confident woman with hair declared that their group must select only the best talents, insisting Yi Wu was far more complicated than they realized. An older man with spiky dual-tone hair and glasses studied his glowing tablet, quietly noting that Miss Mo seemed unusually interested in Yi Wu. A defeated player tumbled backward, pixelated fragments scattering, as he accused the attackers of teaming up just to eliminate others for points. A large armored man stands tall with two armed allies, while a kneeling opponent protests that teaming up like this is allowed by the rules. A powerful armored fighter slammed his boot into Yi's gut, while Yi praised brothers' leadership and called the team unbeatable. A muscular man with a serious expression complained loudly that defeating these weak opponents was boring, and he only bothered because points were at stake. Holographic system prompts flickered above the crowd as Yi, a curious and alert young man, demanded to know why rankings and locations were revealed. 6 men stood in darkness with glowing orange shields as one in radiant armor boasted he could finally plunder others, points fairly this time. A glowing points board lit up as a disbelieving, contemptuous competitor shouted that Yi Wu's team somehow managed to take third place. A confident, smirking man in armor taunted his rival, declaring the streak of good luck was over and all points would soon be his. A confident and assertive leader raised his sword, commanding his group to follow and instructing them to target Yi Wu without mercy. A desperate young man with blood on his face sprinted through the tangled forest as an explosion erupted dangerously close behind him. A red-haired man struggled on the ground, yelling in disbelief that their team was defeated by someone they thought was just a level 3 weakling. A fiery barrier trapped Yi, blocking his only escape route as he demanded to know what kind of chaos he was running into now. Still, Yi, nervous and sweating, watched as two menacing figures advanced. One insisted he didn't eat people and asked if they wanted his accumulation. Then Yi summoned flames in his hand and challenged his unseen opponent, while someone accused him of deceiving a ghost and killing their team. The red-haired man, seething with anger, lunged forward to punch Yi, while insisting he would kill him and blaming Yi for acting like a villain. He caught the red-haired armored man's wrist and told him that earning points mattered more than being seen as good or evil. Yi, a confident and dominant warrior, pointed forcefully at Su and told him to bring more people next time. A bright pulse swept across the clearing as the PvP protection activated, forcing Su to vanish before Yi and a cheerful girl. The joyful girl threw her arms around Yi, celebrating their victory, while he braced himself and reminded her not to let her guard down. A woman with a bright smile celebrated on stage as the announcer awarded the trophy, and the crowd erupted in cheers. Yi smirked, taunting an unseen rival that her actions had likely made the crowd turn against her. He checked the glowing status screen in the forest and quietly noted that only 3 members remained, wondering if this meant the end was near. A two-faced female character eyed Yi in the dark forest, asking him why Luo and were always following them without acting. Yi assessed the battlefield, explaining that the opponent was waiting for certainty before making a decisive move to seize all the points. The angry, protective woman demanded to know why Luo was targeting them, while Yi told her not to worry and to focus on finding the dungeon boss. The confident girl in a purple dress explained to Yi that the Shadow Dryad had merged with the forest, making it impossible to find. Yi stayed completely silent, a single bead of sweat tracing down his face. He stood tall and announced that he had no intention of giving up the Shadow Dryad boss, determined to claim its rewards himself. Then Yi raised his arms as a massive, blazing eye appeared overhead, declaring that he would open the Eye of Reality. A fiery emblem hovered above the rocky forest, flooding the shadow forest with light as he wondered aloud if others could share this incredible vision. A brilliant emblem flared in the darkness as he shouted that he had found the ultimate boss, the Shadow Dryad at last. Golden light surged around Yi as he blurted out that someone must have learned a new skill just to toy with him, asking Luo what to do. A fierce, determined young man with spiked hair shouted for his team to surround and declared he would face Yi Wu to the end. A lone, anxious woman stood at the forest's edge, scanning the shadows and demanding to know where the so-called great god was hiding. Still, the worried young woman hugged herself in the darkness, wondering aloud what the great god meant by asking her to be the bait. A skeptical woman in a purple dress asked if they truly expected Luo to fall for such an obvious trap. An intimidating armored man seized the startled girl in purple, demanding to know where Yi Wu was and if she was already on the hook. An aggressive woman cornered Yi and demanded he reveal Yi Wu's location, but Yi insisted he was lost and couldn't find her on the map. Suddenly, a huge black claw burst from the forest floor, scattering a group of armed men as he demanded to know what was happening. Moonlight caught the twisted limbs of a monstrous tree as the adventurers stared up in shock, one whispering that this was the dungeon's final boss, Shadow Dryad. Tense voices rang out as he worried about the sudden boss. A resolute warrior ordered everyone to line up, and another vowed revenge against Yi Wu. Then Yi shouted out the boss strategy and ordered his team to attack the tree monster's weakness, while the beast roared and fire magic erupted. Yi raised his shield and blocked the fiery strike, urging his team to keep their spirits up and continue supporting his recovery. He commanded his teammates to unleash fireballs, shouting that he wanted maximum damage and cheering at how well everyone worked together against the armored creature. A determined woman with long hair declared that Luo was truly capable, insisting his team's strength was no accident. Explosions tore through the battlefield as a formidable and injured creature roared, while a desperate and commanding woman shouted for the great god to appear before defeat. Yi, a young man with dark hair, surged ahead casting a glowing spell as his ally urged him to be bolder and keep chasing the Shadow Dryad. A fierce warrior with a ponytail slammed his glowing axe into the ground, boasting that with Luo's command, even a level 10 boss was nothing. Yi examined the petrified object, shocked as he realized it was immune to all damage and couldn't believe what the results showed. Suddenly, the giant rock monster boss announced in a booming voice that the boss had entered its second phase. If you'd like to see your favorite titles retold, leave a comment and I'll be sure to pick some of them up from time to time. Also, let me know which video format you like more, long videos or short ones. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you again soon.